Hey guys, welcome along. Gediminas here, and I wanted to remind you of our Titanium Success Program and introduce you to our brand new Peak Performance Business Coaching Program as well. So, to begin with, I wanted to remind you, or if you are not aware of it, to tell you about the Titanium Success Program. Now, we've been running this Titanium Success Program already for some time and seeing some really nice results in terms of people achieving in the business. Now, what is Titanium Success Program? Titanium Success Program is a program designed for people in FM in order to succeed as much as possible in terms of their business, which means that we work for them in terms of training them, in terms of doing weekly conference calls, and really making the person accountable in order to help them to build their business faster in a more efficient way. So what does it involve? First of all, it involves a discovery session. Now, a discovery session is designed in order to help the individual to really take account of where they are today, where they want to be, and really set a plan in terms of how that can be achieved. Now, the second part of the training of the program is the training month. Now, the training month is designed to help the person to really learn everything they need to know in order to become successful in FM. So, including, the company profile, learning about the company on it as a whole, including the marketing plan, so understanding how do we get paid and all the parts of the marketing plan, and the essential training, the 7 skills of network marketing, which include things like finding prospects, inviting prospects, presenting, getting people started, follow up, promoting events, and closing. So things like that, all in order to help this individual to get started with their business in FM. Now, as part of the Titanium Success Program, you get one complimentary training. Which means, again, the person can choose which training they would like to attend as part of the program, which is covered from the program. So basically they save themselves the entrance fee to that training, because that's an incentive from us for that person committing and going on the program. So we cover one of the trainings for them so they don't have to pay for the training. And then, of course, point number 4 is weekly conference calls. So you have weekly calls where again we go through what went well and what can be improved, what sort of challenges we are facing, etc. And we can sort of working in a group environment, we can help each other and really support each other and advise each other on how to overcome the challenges that we are facing. Because very often the challenge that you may be facing is the challenge that somebody else have already overcome and they know the solution for that. So again, that's really good environment in order to overcome these challenges. And these calls are done online, which means they're done from the comfort of our home, so we don't really need to go anywhere. We can do that from our homes, and that helps us to sort of stay in touch with each other as well. Okay, so that's the Titanium Success Program. And again, if you'd like to get started on Titanium Success, get in touch with me or Rita, and we'll be able to advise you on how to get started. However, in the last 5 or so years of learning about the business and reading a lot of books, attending a lot of trainings, and really thinking, and listening to the other successful people, what I found that the success in business actually comes down to 3 main things. It's actually skill, attitude, and work rate. Usually any challenge we might come across in business, usually it'll be related to one of those 3 things. It's either the skill, the work rate, or the attitude. So for example, somebody might say, oh, the product is too expensive. For me, that's a skill issue, because that means that person is not being able to build a value in order to prove that the product is worth the money. Or somebody might say, I can recruit 1 person, but I can't recruit 20. That might be an attitude where they're saying to themselves, I can't. The reality is they can. If they've done 1, they can do 100, right? And the other thing is work rate. I had this person who would say, I've been working really hard, but I've only recruited 1 person in the whole month. And I'd say, okay, so I can see that you've got the skills, you understand what you need to do. I can see that you have the attitude, you really want to work for it, and you really want to build your business. So I go, so how many presentations did you do? And the person goes, well, just the one. So if they'd done one presentation, obviously they would have recruited one person. So that's the work rate issue, because if they did more presentations, consequently, they would have had more people come into the business. So it's all about those three things. It's either the skill, the attitude, or the work rate. Now, personally, I believe that the skill is the easiest part, because that's learnable. So this way, it's very quick to fix that, because we can teach the person the skill that they don't have in order to help them in that particular area of the business. The other two, the attitude and the work rate, on the other hand, are mainly to do with commitment. It's really related to commitment. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that, we can agree that in FM we really have an opportunity to earn £100,000 plus a year income, right? We have people who do that in every, 2 months. But, £100,000 a year is a good income, and it is definitely possible to do that in FM, right? So, if we think about who else makes that sort of money, who else earns £100,000 a year income in, today's society? Well, doctors do that, lawyers, barristers, judges, people, basically professional people, aren't they? And they're making that sort of income. So the biggest mistake a lot of people do when they first get started in business, and I did that mistake as well when I first got started, I said, I will try network marketing, or I will try the business. And try is the worst thing you can do, because how many of you know of a brain surgeon who said, I will try brain surgery? That wouldn't go very well, wouldn't it? So the reality is that anybody who earns income above average, or, high income, they burn bridges. They make a total commitment to that profession, in order for them to become successful. I mean, if somebody is a doctor, they had to go for 9 or more years to university in order to learn their trade, in order to learn their profession and to become really, really successful. Now, I don't say that you have to go 9 years to university to do business or to do FM. However, there has to be a commitment. So, for example, if I said to you that I will pay you £10,000 for every single recruit you bring into the business, how many recruits could you bring? I'm sure quite a few, right? You'd say, just make sure that the money is there when I bring back those recruits, right? Because now the incentive is really, really big. Now, the other example, maybe not the best example to use, but imagine somebody has kidnapped, your child or your partner or somebody from your family and said, unless you bring me, 5 recruits or 10 recruits, I'm going to harm that person. Now, how quick would you be at recruiting those people? Very quick, right? Because it's a matter of life and death, isn't it? So this is where I'm using these two examples to point certain thing. What we determine here is that the issue is not the skill. That means you can recruit. And the issue is also probably not the work rate, because you could do that, right, if you did it. But the issue is really the commitment, the attitude, really to go and do it, is to have the incentive or to have a big enough reason to actually get out of our way in order to build this business and in order to become successful. So, me and Rita and our mentors and our, leaders, we were thinking for a long time, what is the difference then between people who go off and succeed in this business and people who don't really succeed in this business? And really we realized that the main difference between those people is actually commitment. Somebody who earns this really, really great income makes a total commitment, and therefore they go off and do it. And the reality is, if a student, decides to become a doctor, he knows that a university is going to charge them for their education, whether they become a top student in their class and graduate and get a really good profession, or they flunk it and get thrown out of university. They're still going to get charged for that education. And I believe that the key to that commitment is actually the charge for the education. So that acts as a catalyst to keep the person motivated and to keep the person committed to keep going, because they know they've now spent this money, they've invested in their education, so they have to make sure that they will spend these sleepless nights, studying and really work hard in order to do all the assessments in order to become successful. So this way, it's all about that commitment. And at the end of the day, can I be real with you? I mean, I like to get real, and I like to talk, realistically. Now, reality is, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So the way you are today, it makes no difference whatsoever. Because most people who have become really successful in network marketing, in FM, they've never done business before, or they've never done this type of business, or whatever. So the reality is, where you are today, it doesn't really matter where you are today, or how many times you failed in your life, or what is your creed, or your race, or your background, or your age. It makes no difference. You can become successful in business, and you need to stop filtering your future through your past. So you have to think about the future as a brand new clean slate. You shouldn't be thinking, oh, but I failed there in the past, I did this in the past, etc. So probably I wouldn't succeed in this business either. You have to stop thinking in terms of that. You have to start thinking of it as a brand new, clear, fresh start. It doesn't really matter what's your past experience. Also, there is no success without failure. Sometimes people say, I want to succeed, but I don't want to fail. That is impossible. If you read about the most successful people in the world, most successful business people, most of them have failed time and time and time again until they became successful. So it's really not about failing. It's in order to earn this phenomenal income, you have to work hard, you have to put your passion in it. But this business is simple, but it's not easy. You have to work hard and never to give up. That's really the key for this business. And finally, there's a price to pay for failure, as there is a price to pay for success. Some people say that I don't want to pay the price. And that's not going to work. If you don't want to pay the price, it's not going to work. The reality is that you're going to have to pay the price whether you choose to succeed or whether you choose to fail. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you choose success, and to become wealthy, you have to pay the price. And the price will be things like rejection, things like disappointments, things like having to really work hard and do get tired, and things like all the other things. Because most of you who will be going on these programs, you are working, you have another job, you have another business, you have studies, or you have something else going on, you have family, you have children, and all of that is a package. That's part of the business. So yes, you will get tired, and yes, you will get exhausted and mentally and physically, etc., on your way to success. Because again, in order to gain that momentum, in order to build that extraordinary phenomenal income, it takes to go that extra mile, right? So that's the price you have to pay. Now, on the other hand, if you decide to choose failure and do nothing about your current situation and to stay where you are today, then also there is a price to pay. Things like, not being able to afford things, things like struggling to pay the bills, things like having to drive an old car and not being able to afford a brand new car, things like, no money on petrol, things like, not being able to go on holidays, being unable to help others financially, being unable to, give good education to your children, being unable to have a dream home, being unable to do something nice for the family, or leave a legacy behind, something like a business, right? Or being unable to have the freedom, or being unable to be your own boss, and things like that. All of these things is the price then to pay for choosing not to succeed, for choosing not to go ahead and become successful. And really, either way, we're going to have to pay the price. And when I realized that, I thought, hang on a second, if I'm going to pay the price anyway, then I might as well pay the price going up than pay the price going down. Because if I'm going to have to pay the price, I'd rather end up, somewhere where I want to be at the end of paying that price than somewhere I don't really want to be. And that's really what it is all about. It's about deciding to rather going through the pain to succeed than, going through the laziness, failing, and then not having all the things we want in life. Now, personally, I always say that I don't mind losing money, but I hate losing time. What I mean by that is that I can always earn more money. I can always get the money back. However, with time, I can't get the time back. So this program that I'm about to introduce to you, the Peak Performance Business Coaching Program, it's really, we're going to be very, very careful who we are working with, because we have to make sure that we are careful in terms of the time. Because anybody who's going to go on this program, they will spend over 80 hours with us on training. Whether it's one-to-one, whether it's group training, whether it's conference calls, as the whole package, we will spend more than 80 hours with this person. That's like 2 full-time work weeks for us to take out of our business and to take our families and our other things. So therefore, we have to ensure that this time is spent productively and is spent wisely. And this is why, this program is going to be really dedicated to work, with people who are committed, who want to really go the extra mile, and anybody who decides to join this program is 100%, no limiting beliefs, no holding yourself back, no setting for mediocrity. It's really focusing on achieving those results. Now, the way we designed this program, we thought with Rita, what were the things that helped us to succeed in this business? I mean, since we first started, 5 years ago, what were the factors and what were the contributors to our success? What did we do? What did we do to learn? What did we find out? What did we say, etc., in order for us to become successful? So we were thinking, and we decided to make this peak performance business coaching and add everything that we think caused our success, caused us to become successful in this business. Also, in addition to that, many of you know that recently me and Rita, we have finished a week-long training and we became the practitioners of neuro-linguistic programming. Now, neuro-linguistic programming, in a very basic sense, it helps people to become in control of their mind. It helps people to overcome what happened in their past, to look forward to what happens in the future, and to fix right now, in order to enable them to become unlimited people, in order to become a person that is not stopped by limiting beliefs, by bad emotions, by other things, and really to become successful in business, in personal life, in fitness, in health, whatever the area of life the person wants to become successful, or all of them, right? So this is, again, in this program, we're going to be including a lot of the NLP, a lot of the neuro-linguistic programming coaching, where we're going to be working one-on-one with people in order to help them to overcome those bad past experiences, those bad limiting beliefs from the past, and other things in order to enable them to really become successful. So let me explain to you what the Titanium Success what the Peak Performance Business Coaching Program will include. So the Peak Performance Business Coaching Program will involve, of course, the same things that are in Titanium Success Program, and much more. So let's go through those to really see what it actually involves and what actually goes into that program. So first of all, of course, the Peak Performance Business Coaching will involve the discovery session. So the first thing, again, we will sit down and go through the discovery session with each individual who wants to do the Peak Performance Business Coaching individually, in order to, again, go through those things. So what does the discovery session involve? Well, discovery session will involve, first of all, to determine your goals and vision. Secondly, to set the 3-stage plan. Thirdly, to uncover the challenges and blind spots. So what are the things that might prevent you from achieving success and prevent you from getting the things you want to get in your life. And fourthly is to re-energize and motivate you. So that's the discovery session, and again, we will go through that when we get to it. The second thing is, of course, again, the training month. So again, the person on the Peak Performance Business Coaching, they will go through the company profile of FM UK, they will go through the essential training, 7 skills for success in network marketing, and they will go through the FM marketing plan in order to learn everything there is in order to understand how the marketing plan works and how do you get paid, etc. Okay, the next thing is the complementary training. So instead of one complementary training, people on the Peak Performance Business Coaching will get 3 complementary trainings, which means they will get to go to either Sunday school, products training, foundation training, or the essential training, again, absolutely free of charge. So 3 of those, they can choose to go absolutely free as part of their Peak Performance Business Coaching. The number 4, again, they will have the weekly calls. However, in addition to the weekly calls, there will be 3 bonus calls with special speakers. So we have some people aligned who we want to bring on to as special speakers, who will be able to share certain skill sets and certain ideas that you might not have come across other way. So we will try to get these really good speakers for you in order to get it as a bonus, but also to tap into their mind and in order to ask questions from them to get a different perspective in terms of your business, in terms of achievement, etc. Okay, so that's what to begin with. The next thing, number 5, is personal breakthrough coaching. So number 5 is personal breakthrough coaching. Okay, so what does the personal breakthrough coaching involve? Well, there's a number of things. Number 1 is eliminating negative emotions. So this is what we use, it's called Thailand therapy. And basically it's in order to release the negative emotions from the past life. So things like anger, sadness, fear, guilt, shame, etc., hurt, in order to release these negative emotions so they wouldn't keep holding you back. So you can overcome them and you can start fresh, and you can start fresh in terms of achieving in your life. The next thing is overcoming limiting belief. Again, we have limiting beliefs and limiting decisions that are holding us back. So we made those limiting beliefs or limiting decisions maybe very, very long time ago, and they're preventing us from success. They are like roadblocks in our way to success. So again, we will learn how to overcome them and how to defeat them. So things like I can't, or I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve success, or I'm not worthy, or I can't make money, etc. We will learn how to overcome these limiting beliefs in order to again become a lot more empowered. Number 3 is defeating inner conflicts and to become unstoppable. So this is what we call parts integration. Where a lot of people have these inner challenges in their head, where they say, I want to become successful and wealthy, but then on the other hand, I'm lazy. I want to, do this, but on the other hand, I'm very, disorganized and things like that. And they have these inner conflicts going, and this is like a fight inside their head happening all the time, which causes a lot of stress, and it causes a lot of, again, roadblocks in terms of succeeding. So we're going to learn how to eliminate that by actually integrating these parts and becoming one whole, where you're really content and you're really stable in terms of how your thought processes are happening. And number 4 is high intensity goal setting. So again, we're going to learn how to not only set goals, but really how to set goals, how to go and get those goals, and how to really, really plant them in your life. So this way they are unshakable and they are bound to happen, so nothing can happen in order for them not to take place. Yeah, so we're going to learn that. Okay, number 6 is every month you will have one-on-one session again with us in order for you to help again to propel and to succeed much faster. So these are one-to-one sessions every single month. Okay, number 7, you'll have some special trainings prepared just for those on the Peak Performance Business Coaching. And again, what we found is that there are certain things that helps people to succeed in the business, and we wanted to design some trainings in order to help them to tap into those resources. However, those trainings usually would come outside of the realm of training within, MLM, etc. So the first thing is secrets of language. So that's secrets of language, and we're going to be training people how to become an impactful and influential communicator. So how to really know what to say and how to say it, and using the words and language in a correct way in order to be able to build those relationships better, in order to be able to carry your message across in a better way that anybody can understand it. The different types of people can understand what you're trying to say and how you're trying to say it, etc. The second thing, training, is Presenter Academy. And again, a lot of people know that in order to become successful in business, in order to become successful in MLM, in order to become successful in FM, at one point or another the person has to start presenting. But a lot of people are afraid of presenting, a lot of people don't know how to present, and a lot of people just simply, have never tried even to train in order to become a presenter. So again, the Presenter Academy will be focused exactly for that, in order to help people to become presenters, in order to help them to actually become confident and comfortable at standing in front of an audience and presenting something that they like and enjoy. And then number 3 is the Ultimate Peak Performer training. And ultimate peak performer training ultimate peak performer training is all about getting in control of your life, running your life and not allowing your life to run you. So this is, the best in time management. It's really about becoming more organized, more in control of your time, more in control of your business. So that's what that training is going to involve. Okay, number 8. Is leads bonanza. Now again, a lot of people when they first start building the business, they have the warm market, people, their friends, their family, people that they meet on a daily basis, but they say, I'd like to have more people to talk to. Now again, we're going to be teaching you various ways of how to find people, but as well as that, you will get a constant stream of business opportunity leads when you join this program. So these leads will be people who are researching business opportunities, who want to join a business, and you will get these leads on a weekly basis, and we'll be able to contact those leads and practice and become good at talking to people over the phone and even sponsoring these people all around the country. So that again will be part of the peak performance business coaching. Now number 9 is 30 recruiting freeway calls. So that's freeway calls times 30. So the 30 recruiting freeway calls is basically you will be able to find a person who's interested in the business, and instead of trying to explain the business to them by yourself, you will be able to go on a freeway call, get one of us on the call, and basically we will talk for you, and you will be there listening how we're explaining the business to somebody, how we're answering the questions and objections, etc. And that will again be an invaluable part of your training, but also an opportunity to sponsor somebody in the business who might be living further away and not local, and normally under normal circumstances we wouldn't be able to sit down with them in a sort of one-to-one way. But here in a freeway call we can get in touch with them wherever they are around the country or around the world and speak to them about the business using this freeway calling facility. Okay, number 10 is 5 field training sessions. Okay, so that's field training sessions. And again, what we found that a lot of people go through the training and then they get out there in the real world and they don't do what they were trained to do, or they're afraid of doing it, or they really don't know how to do it, etc. So the 5 field training sessions are designed for you to get submerged into the real life recruiting and selling, with a seasoned network marketer, and learning it firsthand. So actually going into a street or going into a beauty salon or going into a hairdresser's or going whatever and actually starting the conversation with somebody, seeing what to say, how to say it, when to say it, where to say it, etc. And you will be coming along a seasoned network marketer, so they will do the talking and you will be observing how in real life, not a role play, not a practice script, but this is actually in the real world with real people, making contact, offering products, offering the business opportunity, etc. So again, that is absolutely invaluable, to go on these field sessions. Okay, number 11 is free business cards. So again, in order to make your life easier, we will do a done-for-you designed business cards. So again, you'll have business cards that we've been using for a while with the design, etc. created for you straight away. So this way you can start using these business cards in order, to again leave with people, etc. when you're making contacts. Okay, so number 12 is super success rotating library. And again, when we thought about what made us successful in network marketing and in business, a lot of that success I've attributed to actually reading books from other successful people in business, in MLM, and generally, in the business world. So what we're going to do, we're going to have this rotating library. There's going to be a list of really, really great books that helped us to succeed, which you will have access, and every 2 weeks you will be picking up another book that has changed not hundreds, not thousands, but millions of people's lives in business world. So these books will include things like Formula for Success in Network Marketing, 45-second presentation that changed my life, the GoPro book, the 100% Confidence book, the Business of the 21st Century, the Think and Grow Rich, The Secret, and other books that will really help you not only change your mindset, but also give you an understanding and give you the really a way to explain the business in different manner. So this way, whatever person you will meet, you will be able to sort of find a common sense and common ground when explaining the business by reading and educating yourself from these books. So that's the Super Success Rotating Library. Okay, so that's what you're going to get access to as well. And finally, number 13 is the VIP ticket to the graduation party. So everybody who's successfully finished the Titanium Success Program and the Peak Performance Business Coaching will go to a graduation party, which is again a fun-filled event with lots of great food and great ideas and great inspiration. But those on the Peak Performance Business Coaching, they will get a VIP ticket for this event as well. Okay, so let's just quickly recap and view what actually you're going to be getting in this program. So first of all, that's 80 hours of working with a successful person in business, which is myself, Rita, and again, like we said, some special speakers and some special guests as well. That's 2 solid weeks really of working. So this program will be over a 16-week course. So this is over 4 months. You will spend over 80 hours of time with us, learning, picking up brain. And the whole idea for us is whatever we've learned over the last 5 years is to compress all of that into this 4-month period. So after those 4 months, you can have as much knowledge and understanding and skills as we gained over the last 5 years. So this is in a value of about £2,000 because that's 2 solid weeks of work with us. The second thing, of course, is access to training not normally available to network marketing. And I'm referring to, of course, neuro-linguistic programming, to timeline therapy, to parts integration, things that you would never actually get access to in network marketing. So that's NLP training. Now, you can do your own research, etc., but you'll find that, the personal breakthrough coaching that we will be doing with you in terms of eliminating negative emotions, in terms of overcoming the negative, beliefs and negative decisions, etc. All of that, you could be charged anywhere about £2,000 to even more to work with a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner on focusing on you, etc., and doing these one-on-one coaching sessions with you. Then, of course, personal development on a completely different level, where again you will be, by the time you finish this program, you will be more confident as a speaker, more confident as a communicator, more disciplined with your time management, etc. So a lot of items in this course will be actually to develop you not only as a business person, but as a person full stop, which will help you in your family life, in your fitness life, in your health life, etc. So that's again, personal development, and again that can range from different trainers, etc., but that's a value of about £1,000 to say the least. If you were to attend these trainings separately somewhere else, but it can be a lot more expensive as well. Also, it's basically a compressed fast track through the knowledge which would normally take years to experience. So again, there is no price on time, and as I said earlier on, I don't mind losing money, but I hate losing time. So this way again, for us was the idea to save you the years and years that you could spend through trial and error, and actually tell you, well, this doesn't actually work, and this actually will work for us, and this actually works really well, etc. So to save you time, and time is precious, it's invaluable. If we can cut 4 years of save 4 years for you, I think that is a great thing. And again, it's the success, it's a really being committed and being accountable over this 4-month period to really focus, because we've heard it time and time again, the 90-day, goal plan, game plan, or whatever you call it, but very often people don't follow through. They start, they're really excited, and a few weeks down into the challenge, they sort of lose motivation, they lose the track of it, etc. Whereas here, we will be keeping in touch over the whole of the 16-week period, over the whole of these 4 months, in order to keep you going, to keep you motivated, to keep you on target in order to achieve the goals you actually want to achieve. So that's again a very, 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 very big thing. So altogether, this sort of training can be valid between £4,000 and £5,000 in value. Now, of course, we wanted, with Rita, we thought, okay, so for over the last 5 years, we've been training people, but we've mainly been concentrating in business because we don't have the time to really go into the personal, depth with person and finding out, what is holding them back from, the past and your past experience, etc. And on the other hand, also we didn't have the neuro-linguistic programming training, but since now we became practitioners, we thought, okay, how can we incorporate that? So the whole idea, we wanted to make this training available to people, and this peak performance business coaching, in order to help them to succeed and also to concentrate not only on the business life but the whole of their life, in order to help them in all areas of life. Now, we wanted also to make this training affordable, so where it wouldn't be £4,000 or £5,000 where somebody simply could not afford to go on a program like that. So we decided to do this training for you guys at £1,197. So this is over the 4-month period, so it can be paid straight away with debit or credit card, etc., or you can have a payment plan over those months. So you can do 3 months of £400, or you can do 4 months of £300. Right? So this is, the payment plan is also available, and again, if you need help, if you want to do it, over maybe a slightly longer period, maybe 6 months, £200 a month, etc., that's absolutely fine. Again, get in touch when we do the discovery session. We can discuss the repayment plan, etc., how it would be the most convenient for you to do. But the whole idea is for that to be an investment. So, if anybody in a normal business, we're investing money into something in the business, the whole idea is to get a return on that investment. Exactly the same thing here. If you're going to invest in this program, the commitment has to be that you have to earn this money back. So that's the whole idea. We wouldn't even want you to go on this training unless you're prepared and you're ready to get this money back, and hopefully a lot more money, over the course of this program. So the whole idea is not for you to spend money, but actually to earn money. But this will help you to commit to the program. The whole idea is like that education. Once you've invested in education, you will work hard to make the best out of it. So this peak performance coaching program is simply one of a kind, once in a lifetime opportunity to really to get the ultimate support in growing your network marketing business to a completely different level. If this isn't for you, I hope you'll continue to get value from our other trainings. I hope you're then going to go on to that Titanium Success Program, because that program is not going to cost you anything. So I still recommend you highly to go on that program in order to get the value from that and the benefit. But if it is for you, then do take action, because you're worth it at the end of the day. You deserve it. So remember that you can do this. It's all about taking imperfect action, and we are ready to support you and guide you, through the breakthrough in your business life and your personal life. So hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, get in touch with us on telephone or email, etc. We'll be able to go through that. Book your discovery session so we can meet up, go through everything, and then you can decide whether you want to go on Titanium Success or if you want to go on the Peak Performance Business Coaching. Great stuff, guys. Thank you very much. See you at the top.